Hi, welcome back to PR Tech Talk. The MCX family is growing rapidly, and these are the boards that I have currently, and I thought that we should take a look on the biggest ones today, and that is the MCXN. The MCXN stands for Neural Network, and so this is their highest performance microcontroller in the MCX family currently. The MCX is a high-performance microcontroller with AI, and that is what the N stands for, the neural network. It has two Cortex M33 running at 150 MHz each. It has a security enclave, high-end peripherals like USB, CAN and Ethernet. Nice analog features also with both ADC and DAC, also with integrated op-amps with an internal reference. Here you have the FRDM MCXN947 board. It's a full-featured board with a built-in MC-Link debugger, and that is the USB-C connector up on the left. In the middle on the left you have also an RJ45 Ethernet connector, and lower on the left you have the MCU full-speed USB-C also connector. You have CAN headers, you have Arduino headers, you have PMOD connectors, you have microbus headers, and you also have a camera header and flex IO for an LCD on the right. You have an external flash on board, so 64 megabyte from WinBond. And you have touchpad, you have temp sensor, and you have a multi-RGB LED. So there is a lot of things going on this board. Great, so now that we have a bit better understanding of the MCXN947 microcontroller and the FRDM board, I thought that we should start by taking in the software development kit, the SDK, into the MCUXpresso, and also install a software application on MQTT using the Ethernet connector, and see if we can get some information sent back and forth using MQTT. Hope you find it interesting, and if you don't have the latest version, I'm running the 24.9 and you might also use this or a later version. So we start by installing the SDK for the MCXN947, and we can see here I have the FRDM MCXC242 board and the SDK installed already, but not the one that we need. So we can right click here, download and install SDKs. Then we get this folder up here, and we can then use the MCU selector to get the correct SDK. So I write MCXN, and then there is several boards that are matching the MCXN, and the board that I'm having is the FRDM MCXN947, so this one. So we install that one. Great, so now that one is installed, and I have quite fast internet speed, so it can take some time depending on your internet speed. But now we can see that we have the second MCXN947 SDK installed, and we can now then import SDK examples, because we have a lot of examples installed in this SDK, so we can use that one. So now we can see that I have two microcontrollers to choose from, so I will use this one, this board, and next. Then we get a bigger list on microcontrollers or applications that we can use, and I go down for demo again. I don't do the demo, I go with the lightweight IP. And there I have the MQTT FreeRTOS. So that is the one I'm using today, not the blinky one. That didn't take too long. However, the next stage will take some time. So I hit build. That wasn't too bad. 12 seconds it took. It depends on the hardware that you have on your computer. Now we can we have built the project, so we can try to debug it. And to do this example, you need to have two cables connected to your board. You need to have the USB-C connector connected to the MCU link, and you also need to have an Ethernet RJ45 connected to your home network. And I have so, and we also need to have an teraterm, for instance. So now I have arranged the MCUXpresso and also the teraterm. And now let's see if we can get the serial port, the correct serial port. I think we can go with the 12 and hope that is the correct one. And we can then hit debug. So it says that it found the Freedom MCXN947 there, so we go with OK. And then, as I said, there are two Cortex-M33 in this device, so it asks us which microcontroller of the two that we will run our code in. So I will just select the device 0. And then we just hit run. So then we see it's an MQTT client example, and it's getting the IP from the DHCP. And then it's trying to also to get connected to the broker, that is a broker online. And it's connecting to it, and it says connection refused. So the broker don't want to have anything to do with us. So I will then change to my own Mosquitto broker that I have running on my Raspberry Pi and running Home Assist on. So I will break this one. So I stopped the development or the debugging, and I went into this file they call MQTT_freertos.c. There we can see that it tries to connect to this MQTT server, and we can just double click on this one to maximize the printer here. So what we can do is that we can comment out this. And I can then add my own IP number. What we now need to do, my connection is requesting a user and a password. So I have a test user and a test password that is going to be disabled immediately after this video, so you don't need to spam it. So we see here the construction for the user client. It says the user is null, and we then need to take mine instead. And I have a very good password on this one, ABCD1234. So I think that should do the trick. So we try to, you just double clicking to get back again if you're getting worried. So we try to build a program again. Sorry. This is a string, my bad. See if it likes it better this time then. Yep, great. 0 errors, 0 warnings. So we try to debug it again. So we can just clear the screen. And then we try to run it again. So now we're hopeful that my Mosquitto will accept it. It does. Great. So it says connecting to the broker, and the client is this board. It's calling itself the NXP and this number. It's connected. And it's subscribing to the topic, lightweight IP topic and hashtag. That means everything. With quality of service 0 and 8 and 1, sorry. And then it's also publishing some information, a message from board. Now I think that we should try to use an example to send something to it. So we close that one. The program is still running. So here I have my MQTT Explorer also installed on this IP address. And now if we reboot this one, we see that there is a new topic coming up, lightweight IP topic there, and a message from board. It says here also message from board, sorry, there down there. And we can just clear the screen again. So what we can now try to do is to send something to the board. And publish. So we got now on the terminal here, received 7 bytes from the topic. This is the topic it's subscribed to. It's hello. So we can then send information back and forth to the microcontroller. Hope you found it interesting and you learned something. And if you did, give me a big thumbs up. I really like that. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider to do so, because it helps my channel to grow. And if you have some comments to me, please leave it in the chat below. Until you see you next time, stay safe. Bye.